All right, so here we go. We got special guest Fahamu Pecou. Pecou? Booyah! Check him out. What does it say? Fahamu Pecou is the shit.
All day, every day.
Please believe it. If you don't know who he is the premier Atlanta artist right now. He's doing it for the culture all day, every day. You know, I see a lot of your paintings, sir. I see him around town and stuff. I'm like, these are amazing. I'm like, who is that guy? I was like, no, oh, it's the same guy. That's the same guy. I was like, hold on, let me look him up. Hold on. Oh, that is him. He is the painting. So what inspired that style of making? What is that? Is that just your thing, or is that how does that work?
Well, yeah, I mean, originally it was inspired by a marketing campaign that I was doing as a way to just get my name out there.
Okay.
But ultimately, you know, using myself in the work the way that I do is really about performance. So I'm kind of performing certain ideas about black masculinity and critiquing them. Yeah.
Okay, that's smart. Well, that's a good segue to black masculinity.
Yeah.
Because a lot of black males...
The official beverage of black masculinity.
A lot of black males get stronger when they get this in here, so we're going to get some black masculinity juice and take a shot, because today we're doing a special Hennessy donut, and we're trying to figure out if we can make Hennessy into a delicious donut. So I'm gonna pour you up a glass here. If we're fancy, Willet donut, we're gonna drink our Hennessy out of the champagne flute while we make this donut.
How else do you drink Hennessy?
Exactly. Cheers.
Bong bong.
I don't have time for you right now. Just chug it. All right.
That's good.
That's good. Hennessy's never bad, okay? On no occasions, in the donut shop, in the middle of the day, Hennessy. So where are you from, sir?
Originally from Brooklyn, New York.
From Brooklyn, really? Oh, Brooklyn. I got so many questions. Because, I mean, Brooklyn's a wonderful place. But the first question I got is, why are Brooklyn girls so crazy? What? I'm just saying, I may have been in a relationship with a woman from Brooklyn.
I don't know, man.
And I was like, why doesn't she understand the Southern hospitality and the Southern gentleman?
How much Hennessy was involved in that relationship?
I like to say none. I don't know.
That's the problem right there.
I don't know. That is the problem. That's the problem. Hennessy is the solution, people. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Oh boy, this is going to be bad.
Oh God. Yes, it is. It is not even 3 o'clock.
So, Hennessy, I think that's it. So if you're listening to me out there, Brooklyn girl, let's bring Hennessy to our relationship so we can make it better, you know? So let's see. Maybe that was the key. That's the key. So how long have you been in Atlanta?
Well, I've been in Atlanta long enough now. I should probably start saying I'm from here, but almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years? Okay, that's good. That's a good amount of time. Yeah, I guess you can call yourself a local.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about Atlanta. Everybody loves to say how they're not from Atlanta. So they can act like the other place they came from is great. If you liked it so much, leave. Go back. Nobody's begging you to stay here. So
I'm still here.
So I appreciate that you said, I might as well say I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. The city, Atlanta's a beautiful city.
It embraced me.
It does. It embraces everybody. We accept all kinds because I must be drinking. It's the whole thing. Martin Luther King, you know, I think he really made black culture, and that's why black people come here, because it's really like the Mecca. But it's a whole dissertation that I can go on.
Isn't Hennessy distilled here in Atlanta? It was invented in Atlanta?
I have never heard that back before, but I'll take that. So here, I'm gonna if you could try to fold this dough up.
Okay, so should I
just fold it up into.
All right, look, this is
Chardonnay.
not really my thing, but
yeah, that's good. That works. Chardonnay. Got it. So I'm just gonna get in there a little bit more here. Yeah. So we're just gonna try to mix up all our little apricots.
why apricots?
I mean, I like apricots. I like dried apricots. I think they're delicious. So it's really trying to, because we're going to infuse more Hennessy in here.
Okay.
But how can we get Hennessy in the steps before we bake it? So I was like, I could soak some fruit, and that's a lot of traditional techniques when it comes to baking. It's compost, so you can take dried fruit and soak them in a liqueur, and you can make them taste better, you know. So it's a lot of people like to use Grand Marnier or Kirschwasser. We're using Hennessy today.
Yes.
Hennessy. So you've been doing art for a minute.
Long time.
Long time. So who would you? I mean, what would you say? I mean, I get this question all the time, and it's annoying. But I'm going to ask you this question: what is the piece, I guess, that you're most proud of?
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. What's your piece that you can say, you know, I put in the most work and it was the most thoughtful and I thought of it and it's the one I look to and say, yeah. Or just that one's the one that speaks to me. It's the one that maybe made your star rise a little bit bigger, just something that speaks to you a little bit more.
Well, more than a single piece, it's a entire collection of work.
Okay.
But it's called Do or Die.
Do or Die.
Yeah, and it's a body of work about the state of blackness and, you know, and all these like police shootings and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But rather than focus on death and fear and all that kind of stuff, Do or Die tries to inspire some hope. So, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Ding!
I'm not gonna hydrate you.
All right, so we're about ready to fry these donuts. We got some questions. We got some very important questions here, sir. So I got some questions because here, yeah, I guess we can finish this off. I mean, you don't have to be keeping up with me because if you feel that you can drink more, it's okay.
Hey,
Like,
bring me one of those straws and put it in the bottle. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Here's to another. Oh, jeez,
Very, very interesting afternoon.
life. Okay. So. All right. So, I mean, you're a prominent artist now, and I guess all art. Well, popular art is essentially pop culture art. You know, I don't know. Do you consider yourself a pop culture artist, or are you in pop culture art? Is that what your style is, or people recognize it as, or do labels not make any sense?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the most appropriate label, contemporary.
Contemporary art, okay.
But you know, my work was in the beginning very much inspired by pop art. By the pop art movement of the '60s and stuff like that. So.
Okay, cool. So, what do you think of Banksy? In the popularity of someone like Banksy, and he's a hidden figure, but he's doing art and making people think about culture and stuff. But then, yet his art sells for millions of dollars. I don't know. Does it sell for millions of dollars?
I don't even know. I mean, Banksy is such an enigma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an interesting, story to talk about.
Yeah.
But when we think about the legacy of that work, I have questions about that. Like, what would that work mean in 50 years? 100 years? 500 years from now, what would that mean?
I mean, one thing. I mean, I don't follow Banksy, but someone put me on that documentary that he directed. Well, quote unquote documentary. But it was phenomenal. I mean, because I don't think it's a documentary at all. I think it's really it's a piece that's talking about art. It's acting, but it was acting in real life. So I feel like it's its own art in general. It's just talking about the consumer and people buying art and how you can be popular. Did you watch that documentary? What's the Exit Through the Gift Shop?
Yeah. I thought it was excellent. And one thing I will say about Banksy is I really like him as a conceptual artist. The way he makes you think about things and challenges the way we think about things. It's really interesting because we often put so much thought into art, and we make it like so highbrow. And he really sort of like cracks the glass around that.
Yeah, I guess that's his whole thing is saying. So here's a little personal question. I see Banksy and these artists. I was reading an article about Damien Hirst recently and $1 million art pieces. What's the most money one of your pieces have sold for? Are you willing to say that? Because I know, in this thing they're talking about how art gallery owners don't want to say what's the price because then they can charge differently and so what's the most one of your pieces?
At this point, the highest price point on my work is around $32,000.
32,000. Cheers to that, sir.
Lots of Hennessy. You can buy lots of Hennessy.
Yeah, you can buy lots of Hennessy.
Is any of us even going into the donut?
Oh shit! We don't have that much for the donuts now. So 32,000 is no, that's good. I mean, that's because I know that's the dream of every art school student. So you're essentially living the dream to be able to have creative and financial freedom. I guess that's the dream. Because I mean, people always ask me, what's the goal? What do you want from Sublime? And I was like, at the end of the day, I want to have creative and financial freedom, and then the donut shop's successful and everything, and people come for the donuts, but the creative, like I can do what I want, but I can't do what
So
I
let me
want.
ask you, what's your highest selling donut? Like, what's the most expensive donut?
Well, the most expensive donuts are strawberries and cream. Well, we had one that was called the #1 stunner. In case you're watching, baby, come be on the show, please, sir. I beg you. I will shut it down after that. But we had the #1 stunner, which was the baby donut. And it was a creme brulee donut, and we put it in creme brulee and we toasted it, and then we dipped it in white chocolate and sprayed it with gold and put pearls on it and gold flakes. So it was the
So
#1
was it
stunner.
served with Hennessy? Because that sounds like a donut that is served.
It should have been served with Hennessy, and also,
You get like a free shot of Hennessy with that donut.
Right.
yeah, we used to serve that one at night. It was really popular. We only did a few of them every night, and it was like $8-10. I forgot what it was, but Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, he got that donut. He hasn't came back. I don't know. We don't normally sell donuts for $10. If you thought I tried to hose you, please come back, sir. Once again, Donald Glover, you
Stay
want
woke,
to come?
Stay woke.
If you come, my cameraman, he will quit because that's the end of his life. Okay, so please come to the show. So that's the #1. That's our most selling donut in a nutshell. Since you're an artist and you're in the art scene, who is the artist one maybe you most look up to or inspired by, or you just really loving? They're like they're the greatest artist right now that you're really like, oh, this guy is doing the triple, or this gal, or this, Z, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Most people probably wouldn't make this association, but one of my favorite artists of all times is an artist by the name of David Hammonds.
David Hammonds? Okay.
Yeah. He's a conceptual artist who does really amazing creative installations and performance art pieces, but I like the way he thinks. I like the way his brain
David
works.
Hammonds.
I like his sense of humor, and I try to incorporate that into my work. So that's on the visual art side. Musically, Kanye West.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah.
All right,
Kanye West
edit.
is-
We're cutting. He's
Nah,
not going to be a
nah,
guest.
nah.
Kanye West.
I'm taking your
jeez.
Hennessy.
Yeah.
Kanye West. Yeah.
Oh, well, we can debate all day. So this is going to be a 2-hour-long show, okay? It's Kanye West. I'm over him and everything he does, okay? No, I can see. Kanye West is a great artist. I think one of the greatest video I think ever done was his Power video, which was only like a minute long, and it was just basically one painting, and that's beautiful. That's the Kanye that I want all the time, and the song was a great song. Power's a great song, but this other Kanye, this guy who thinks that he's the greatest and everything he touches that he thinks better than anybody, I can't. I'm like, you're not,
look,
you're just a dude that's putting together random things that lots of people put
But that's
together
the thing
before.
about it. It's not random. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
It's very deliberate. I love the way his mind works.
Is it deliberate?
I love the fact that he's confident and he believes in himself. Because I think more people need to drink Hennessy and believe in themselves.
More people need to drink
Yes.
Hennessy and
You know?
let cure
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Louise. More people need to believe in themselves.
And believe anything is possible.
Anything
Anything is
with
possible.
Kanye, yeah, anything is possible.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. I think I think he said when he jumped on stage that he was drinking Hennessy that day. I think he said he was drunk.
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna let
whole
you finish.
Beyonce.
I'm gonna let you finish, but this is the best Hennessy of all time.
There you go. Hennessy makes you interrupt people. That's very rude, sir, okay? How dare you? This is my show, okay? But, I don't know. His confidence is definitely extraordinary, and I think that's great. People need to have it, but everything else, the arrogance is overwhelming because at the end of the day, I feel like tell you the truth, I feel like his music has dropped off, period. And for him to say that he's the greatest artist and this is the greatest music, your music's not great anymore, period.
Wait,
So,
hold on. Now the debate gets
here we
real.
go.
Now
It's
the debate
getting
gets
real.
Now it gets real.
Right.
Because actually,
Sweating's coming.
you have to, you really have to give Kanye credit for changing the direction of hip hop every time he drops an album. I get it. I get that his arrogance can be abrasive.
Okay, so
I get that. You know what I'm saying? But Life of Pablo is a good album. It's a good
Life of
album. It's
Pablo
a creative
is-
album, and I appreciate the fact that he's not afraid to take risks musically, artistically, creatively. And a lot of artists get to a place where they you know, they make a little bit of money, they have a little bit of success, and then they just keep being they become formulaic. They start doing the same thing over and over again. So that's why I appreciate what you're doing here, Willie Donut. You got some great donuts over there, right?
All inspired by Kanye.
Right. You got some great donuts over there, but now you're gonna push the envelope. You're gonna challenge yourself. You're gonna challenge your clientele. You know, you're gonna challenge your cameraman. You're gonna challenge me. You're gonna get me drunk on Hennessy and then grill me on Kanye West. You know what I mean? But you know, that's what art should do. Art should move us. It should make us feel uncomfortable. It shouldn't make us feel safe. It should make us feel protected. It should make us think. It should make us feel ugly, nasty, whatever. Because that's through all of those things we come up when we become better. That's why I appreciate what he does.
Well, I guess that's true. Well, as an artist, I say maybe he's You're not clapping. Applause breaks for this.
Slow clap. Yeah.
As an artist,
I love it.
As an artist, I can say maybe he is definitely better than the rest of the musical artists. But is he making good music? To say like like his last rant that he did at his show about how he's not getting played on the radio and because they're playing Drake. Like, you were built by the radio. You're on all the biggest companies. You're attacking the media. They're not playing your music because it's not good.
No, that's not necessarily true.
Life of Pablo isn't that good. First of all, boo, it's not good.
That's not true.
Yeah, like it's
and on top of that, let me ask you this. Of all the donuts that you've done, of all the donuts like that you tried to see if it will donut or not.
Yes.
How many have donut?
I don't know. We're back. What about 80%? Yeah, quite a few have donuted.
Right. So of all Kanye West albums, how many have been classic?
No, I understand, but at the end of the day, I'm not going around saying that I'm the greatest thing to donuts. I'm not throwing it in everybody's face saying, you better listen to me about.
What is the?
Are you sure?
What's the slogan for Sublime Donuts?
Eat one that's worth it.
Eat one that's worth it.
I'm seeing a lot of
I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. We really can't describe.
You got a real Kanye in you too.
I mean, hopefully he's successful. I really like. I want them riches, but I don't know. But this thing.
Want the riches? Want the K? That's it though.
I want the riches. No, I just think like. I mean, that last whole rant he did at that concert, because I was doing a class where I had to come up with a sketch, and I decided to break down the Kanye West rant, and I couldn't listen to it because I can't listen to this egomaniac. But I was like, I wonder if someone wrote it all down, and luckily because of the internet, someone did write it down, and just reading this thing line for line, like it was the most insane thing ever. Like the complaints that he's making on how. Like, when he has a problem, it's because they're treating him like a slave. Black America, like, oh, because I'm black. Like, you're literally the most successful person. Like, all the doors open for you.
But what is success?
What is success is being able to do the things you want to do. Like, he can do the things that he wants to do, but I mean, if you want Versace to make a whole line for you, don't you think that's a little arrogant? Because you're a popular artist at the end of the day.
Why is that arrogant?
But no, in a way, it's I mean, you should achieve your dreams, but to put it on the plight of black people, say because Versace doesn't want to do a piece for me, they don't want to do my thing. Now Versace's racist to all black people. No, maybe Versace has designers that went to school, fashion design school, for umpteen thousand years and worked their way up. They shouldn't give you the fashion designer and say, oh, this rapper is good. Like, you can create that on your own. Like this donut shop is built because I went to culinary school and baking science school, and I couldn't find a job in research development that I wanted. I can't go to Dunkin' Donuts, knock on the door, and say, you don't understand, I'm the greatest thing towards donuts that anybody ever heard. They're like, no, we don't want you. We already got people in here. So I said, let me make my own donuts. So if he thinks his fashion is great enough, like on Versace level, he should create a Versace brand and then run them out of business. Like, that's what he should do. He has the money to do that. So he can start a brand from the ground up and build.
We assume that he has that. We don't know what that dude has. So similar to you.
I gotta drink when I start thinking about Kanye West.
Similar to you when you talk about starting your own donut shop, because there weren't opportunities for you to do what you wanted to do. Like, that's where Fahamu Pickles and shit came from. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It was like waiting on, after a while getting tired of waiting on somebody to come along and be like, this guy's really good. Like, I'm gonna let you know who I am, which is why what Kanye says and what he does resonates with me in a certain kind of way because I understand the argument. Now, if I were him in his position, I wouldn't be vying to get Versace to, give me a line or nothing like that. But I understand what he's saying when he requests that, right?
Okay.
As someone who's at the top of your game, like if Leonardo DiCaprio, when he gets ready to accept a role for a film, he doesn't have to accept a role for Sharknado 4.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on.
Wait.
I gotta cut you off here, okay?
Only the top. Hold on. Only the top movie directors, only the top screenwriters, only the best of the best are going to go to DiCaprio. His people won't even let him or anybody come close to him who's not going to represent the best.
Agreed.
So
I agree with everything you're saying right now.
If I want to get into fashion, right?
Yes, if
and if I'm at the apex, if I'm at the top of my game,
he's not at the apex of the top of his game in fashion.
Not in fashion. I'm just saying.
That's the thing. You should have said if Leonardo DiCaprio wants to get into fashion, also Leonardo DiCaprio is at the top of his game because he's the current Oscar winner for Best Actor, right? So yeah, that Revenant just came out. So he is literally at the top of his game. If Leonardo DiCaprio came to what's American Apparel and said, I want to be the top designer, they have the right to be like, get the hell out of here, Leo.
They have every right.
Are you kidding me? Just go act.
Every
you know
right.
what I'm
But
saying?
he has every right to say.
But
he has every right to say, I believe that I'm the greatest fashion designer.
That they're treating him like a slave because they don't want to make him.
Yes, because look, and you got to think about it like this. Real talk. As a black male, you're only allowed to move in certain positions. If Kanye was like, I want to come up with a T-shirt line, everybody and their mother would give him a T-shirt line. But he wants to do something beyond that. He wants to do something more than that.
He does want to do something more than that, but that's the thing. In the end, because that's the problem with Kanye. Like when you're jumping to another lane, he is at the top. All those things you said about Leonardo DiCaprio in music, that happens to him. He can meet with the top DJs in the country and present them the album personally, and they will listen to, unlike if I wanted to come up with a song, I can say, I'm the top donut master. You should listen to my song. They'll be like, are you kidding me? No. Okay? But when you start in a new lane, you have to humble yourself. You can't take your old...
Wait. He was humble in the music lane, and they didn't want to hear him.
But that's the thing. He worked his way up the same way. He did humble himself, and he worked his way up to build himself to where he's at. So if you want to start off in fashion and be successful, you have to humble yourself, start your own thing, build it up, start with a T-shirt line. Yeah, like it. Yes, I mean, I'm saying like, can he start a Versace brand straight out the gate? No, but can he start? Can't he start a FUBU straight out the gate? Like, can he start with just T-shirts like you said?
But why?
And will people eat those T-shirts up?
But why?
Yes.
But why be limited to that? That's like somebody saying to me, "Hey, Fahamu, yeah, you're a really dope painter. You're a really dope artist." And I say, "Hey, man, I want to, design cars." And they be like, "No, but you can make some coloring books."
Oh,
yes,
that's so
but
real,
that's
though.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
I
the
don't
facts.
want to do coloring books.
But that's the facts. You can't do
I can
coloring
do more
books.
than coloring, and the fact
But
that
if you want,
and the fact that Kanye West, even though he's known for music, right?
Yeah.
He's an artist first.
Actually, I'm gonna need you to do me a coloring book, okay? Pause with all that. That's so real. I want a coloring book. Sublime.
Before he was known for music, before he did music, he was a visual artist. He's always been an artist. He's an artist. That's what he does.
I respect that he definitely is an artist. Like, what he's brought to the culture of rap music is, like he's definitely made an impact, and it's beyond words. Like, I can't even describe it in this thing. He's made an impact, but at the end of the day, like, Jay-Z's made an impact, but you don't see Jay-Z throwing it in everybody's face every day in every interview. Like, yo, listen to me. I done this and changed the game. You don't see Dr. Dre throwing it in everybody's face. I mean, Dr. Dre's made moves, been successful, then put out, that movie and showed, hey, look where I came from. You see how hard it took me to get successful. Learn from my journey. Kanye West is throwing it in our face every day. You don't understand. Like, I'm the greatest. You're not. Pause. You're definitely not the greatest. Okay.
I would argue.
I'm not. Hey,
I would argue.
put so many people. I put Andre 3000 over this Kanye.
Now look, I'm not gonna front. My favorite rapper of all times is Andre 3000.
Andre 3,
But
come on
my
the show.
favorite artist-
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
My
but-
favorite artist is Kanye West.
No, yeah, Andre 3 is my favorite rapper. But no, I could say as an artist, yes, because he dips his toe in so many things and takes influence from everything, and then you can see it, and then he puts it out,
pushes boundaries.
and you know, shows it to, you know, especially hip hop culture and black people in America who would definitely want to be exposed to these things. That's great, but to sit here and say that Versace, a Nike should give you, or Louis Vuitton, I don't know who it was, Versace or Louis Vuitton, one of these companies should give you a deal and make you their head of fashion just because you're popular in rap and you're a great visual artist is astonishing. Like,
but I think like, the argument was not that he wanted to be, was that he wanted them to make him their head thing. People, you know, like these brands will come to him and want him to be an ambassador, which is basically like to be a face for the company, but not give him any like creative voice, like not give his voice any power.
But at the end of the day, these brands are corporate controlled companies. They have CEOs and they have board members who dictate because they want to increase their sales. These aren't artistic brands. If Kanye West came in here and decided he wanted to, hey, I want to be your artistic director, Sublime would be like, sure, fuck it, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only me. But if I was Dunkin' Donuts and like I had to answer to a board, that's a whole different conversation to have. Like you're no longer a small company, so these companies aren't big. Like, you know, Louis Vuitton is LVMH. I think do they own Hennessy? Fact check out. Someone see who owns Hennessy brand. Louis Vuitton. So it is perfect. So actually, this argument works out with our sponsor. Well, they're not our sponsor. They didn't pay us for this. Wish they were our sponsor. Hennessy, give me money for this, please.
It's Hennessy. It's his last name.
All right. So, no, it's like this perfect because since we're drinking Hennessy, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, that's the name of the corporate holding company. Cheers.
Y'all get right with Kanye.
Yeah, Hennessy. Hennessy company, get right with Kanye. Let Kanye run Louis Vuitton. Let him have his brand on Louis Vuitton.
Or maybe you can let him sponsor this donut. Like,
please,
Maybe we'll call this, if it's donuts, we're going to call it the Kanye West. How about that? Can we agree on that?
Yes, we can agree on that. Kanye West, you're welcome here anytime. You want an honest debate, come here to Sublime Donuts. I will debate you.
Did you just challenge Kanye? Yes.
Challenging you, Kanye, about your rapping and our freestyle contest. Okay. Kanye West in the house, in the mouth, in the south.
No, you don't want.
Oh my God!
You
have to air all of it.
You don't want that battle at all.
Yes.
You don't want that battle.
First of all, Kanye can't freestyle. I saw him.
What?
I saw him on what's that? Whatchamacallit? And fuck, I'm fucked up. What's this? Sway. Okay, I saw him on Sway, and he was terrible at freestyling, so he can't freestyle.
I can make shit rhyme. I can make shit rhyme if I'm feel like, even if I don't. So I just might not, cause I don't want to. And I'm just gonna freestyle for the first time with a freestyle that don't even go together. Oh. No rhymes. That's my new shit. Nothing rhymes. How that sound? Uh-oh. Wow. You ain't got the answer, Sway. I can say it all night.
That's the next one. You ain't got the answer, Sway.
He was emotional that day.
I think I could beat him at a freestyle.
He was emotional that day. No, I just want to say this. I stand. I stand for Kanye West. I believe in his vision. I believe in his artistry. I don't agree with everything that he does and everything that he says, but I do appreciate what he represents for the culture. I appreciate what he has done creatively. I appreciate what he's done as an artist. I appreciate the inspiration that he's been for me.
Okay, no. I mean, I definitely, all that I do, but I'm just saying, bro. We have to tone it down. Okay, so I saw from your CV that you did a show in Panama. What's that about?
Yeah, man, I have really long roots in Panama. My father is actually from Panama, from Cologne.
Oh, from Cologne. Yeah, both of my parents are from Panama City, Panama, so we got a little connect.
Rio Bajo.
Oh, Rio Bajo, yes. Yes, Panama, every day, all day. Represent and come get it. You want some? We ready, okay?
So all my
Panama
people in
Canal.
Portobello.
I saw you, Trump, talking about some, America, we did a great job. That was 1,000 years ago. I did the job. My roots, pause, okay? We coming for you, Playboy. But you can still be a guest, please, Trump. Be a guest on Will It Donut, okay?
It won't. If he's here, it won't donate.
It will not donate.
It won't donut.
It's going to get blocked. The Supreme Court's going to rule against it.
Yes.
It's going to be a whole bunch of things.
Okay, cool. So your dad's from Cologne?
Yes.
Okay, because that's oh boy, I'm messing this up. That's the Atlantic side,
That is
right?
correct. That's correct.
Because my parents are both from Panama City, and that's the Pacific side. Because, for those that don't know, the Panama Canal was dug on the backs of Arson to get from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. So I like to think, people say, why do you work so hard? And I say, because my people came, they dug. They literally dug
the canal.
They dug a hole
Yes.
from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean.
So you can get your shipments across.
So that's why I'm here. So,
Wait,
From humble
does that mean that they
beginnings.
had to hold their breath for that long, or did they have?
what's
Were
that?
they underwater?
No, they weren't underwater, but
That's a good question. There's a series of locks and canals that they stop the water, dug, open up the lock.
up.
There you go. You should go and see it sometime. It's a magnificent feat.
It's like
Um,
stair steps on water.
Because since I grew up here in Marietta, Georgia, I don't really see a lot of Panamanians. My parents are Panamanian, but I kind of don't think of myself as Panamanian because I grew up, a DSGB, down south Georgia boy. So I kind of think of myself as a Georgia boy. I don't speak Spanish. I can go meet my cousins, and they speak to me in Spanish, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, bruh. Okay, can we bring it back? You know what I'm saying? So I went to Panama for a time to try to learn Spanish. But the problem was, since I was so bad, everybody just spoke to me in English, so I never learned Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. So here
Well,
we
I
go.
had a reverse experience.
Okay.
So going back to Panama, I actually learned how to speak Spanish.
Okay.
At least, I can find a bathroom, I can get something to eat,
Okay.
I can get around
Mhm.
in Spanish. But that was after going back and, spending time there with my boys and hanging out in like Portobello,
Okay.
places like that.
I don't know anything because I'm dumb. Okay. But one day we're gonna bring it back. I mean, that's the goal, hopefully, in my life, to retire to Panama, get me a place, Isla Grande somewhere, and then
Yeah,
retire,
yeah.
get a nice little house, chill on the beach for the rest of my time, and call it a day. So to bring it back to Panama, Panama's a great state. Panama's a great country, because I don't know, a couple of years ago there was some index about what are the best countries to retire, the people with the most happiest life. And they had Panama #1. I was like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. And I called up my aunts and aunties. I was like, do you know y'all are #1 with the most happiest life? And they're like, no, it's miserable here. I was like, what? But I guess when you're in it, you don't appreciate how good it is. But I guess they're more chill in Panama. So that's the goal for me, to go chill out in Panama, hopefully.
Panama's the spot.
Yeah, Panama's the spot. My dad's got a place down there. He's probably down there right now chilling, so I need to go check him out.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. It's American enough that you can
Yeah.
do what you need to do, but it's far enough away that you can not be a part of that whole Trump stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. We're gonna deep fry these, and we're gonna slowly place these down.
Yeah, so this week
Get a little color.
There's another alcohol.
All right. Oh, that is beautiful. Wow, that has fried up quite nicely. Either they're burning or they're frying nicely.
So how long do they need to fry? Is it just for color, or is it
Well, it's for color and doneness. Because I par baked them, they should be done.
You gotta soak it in it.
smells great? Is that the apricot?
That could be the apricot and all this deliciousness that I put in the donuts. This is essentially Baba's rum. So Baba rum is sort of like a brioche dough, and then after you bake it, you soak it in rum. So that's what we're essentially doing. And this, I was worried about the frying part, but this came out really nice. Because little known fact, Hennessy a la cognac The reason you get this cognac is because it's made in Cognac, France.
That's exactly right.
Nothing that's not made in Cognac, France can be called cognac. But that doesn't mean that you can't have a recipe, I can't have a recipe and make something that is similar and great. So a lot of cognacs or American style cognacs can be bourbon or whiskey. So if you get a quality bourbon or whiskey, it can probably taste similar to cognac. So,
Like Jack Daniels.
like Jack Daniels. I heard you're a big fan of Jack
I'm a
Daniels.
big Jack Daniels.
Big Jack Daniels. How do you drink your Jack Daniels?
Straight on the rocks.
That's better than me.
As
So I
they
guess-
say, I like my Jack neat.
Neat. And I like my Jack. I've been into, I guess, whiskey sours or bourbon sours nowadays. So I like it with a little, a hint of fresh lemon juice and some sugar in there. So simple syrup. And that's kind of how I like my drinks nowadays. So now, this is about the last of our Hennessy. I want to drink this with you. As much as I want to finish this off with you, we have to soak these donuts in Hennessy syrup. So, because these aren't finished, and because anything is possible, we're going to
Hashtag.
hashtag anything's possible. We're going to put the rest of this in here, and then we're gonna
I'll drink to that.
We'll drink to that. Cheers. And then we'll put a little sugar. Put a little sugar in there.
This is real chef artistry at work right here.
Real chef artistry.
Hennessy donuts.
Indeed, okay?
I need 2 Chainz to be watching right now.
Exactly, 2 Chainz.
We need
come
this
on.
at that little pink trap house over in the bluff.
I've seen the Pink Trap House, yes. Pink Trap House. 2 Chainz, come holla at me. This is the most expensivest shit, okay? This is the most expensivest donut. So, anything is possible, 2 Chainz. Let's do it. So we're gonna heat this up for a second, and after we heat that up, I'm gonna need you to just take those donuts, throw them in, just dip them in there. We'll let them soak up in all this good Hennessy syrup.
Tell me when. There's a hennaful effervescence that is
Hennaful.
emanating.
The effervescence is hennaful. Effervescence is so hennaful, like underage people from across the street have came all the way over here.
Yeah. This is like a 21 plus donut. Like you have to be of drinking age to have this donut.
Beautifulness. Look at that. So we're gonna soak it up in Hennessy. All right. So now we're gonna chop up a couple of these apricots to hopefully to sprinkle on top of our donut, because then we're even gonna put some more of this Hennessy syrup on top.
We call it glaze.
Glaze, exactly. So we're just gonna chop this up. I'm doing a terrible job because I may have been drinking Hennessy this whole time. Okay. All right. You're going to, if you could sprinkle on some the apricots.
So should I do it like Saltman? Like
You can, if you think you can get that good, but maybe just sprinkle here, and I'll just kind of drizzle. I'll drizzle in.
I should probably get it on the donut, right?
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, look at that. So we got our Hennessy syrup, Hennessy apricot syrup. All right, there we go. That's beautiful. All right. Here. Jesus. All right. So clearly all our Hennessy is done here. Well, somewhere it's either in the donut or inside of us.
Most of it is inside of us, I guarantee you.
So we'll cheers to our
Cheers.
last shot of
Salute.
Hennessy. Salute. There you go. There we go. Finish it, and we will see if our donut did donut. Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah, this is
This is
This
a
is
lot of
significant donut.
This is significant. We'll see.
Mmm.
Wow.
What?
I don't know.
How does it taste?
Tastes great to me. I don't know if that's the Hennessy speaking Or is that the donut speaking?
Daddy,
Wow.
what do you think?
This is a good donut. It's not too sweet.
Uh-huh.
You don't taste the Hennessy, but you feel it.
Say, focus on the texture. Look at that texture. Look at that.
I hereby dub this the official donut of Magic City.
The official donut of Magic City. So, I mean, I know we just gave crab cake donut 100%, but I'm gonna have to give this 100% donut. This was great. I really enjoyed it, and it's not the Hennessy talking. I'm gonna tell you that. So, it was really great. Cheers. Hennessy donut. Great donut. Now, sir, please tell people where can they find you, or where can they find you? Because everybody, like I know, some people are more active on Twitter, some people are more active on Instagram, some people have a website they're more active on. Where can people find you, or do you want to say all of them? Where are you most active on?
Yeah, I'm active in these social media streets.
Okay,
Yes,
social
yeah.
media streets.
So you can find me online at fahamupecouart.com, FAHAMUPECOUART.com. I'm on Instagram at fahamupecou and Twitter at FP the shit.
The shit. There you go.
And I'll be
Please.
with one of these donuts. I'm just letting you know.
Please follow him. It's the shit. This donut's the shit.
Yes.
Everything was great.